Biafra, where you dey? We dey wait for you to come our way. Simon Ekpa, you dey fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. We Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. In unity we go dey strive, fight for freedom we go alive. With courage and strength we dey fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister, we no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout, Mama Biafra, yeah, oh I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.
Breaking news reaching us now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from reasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
Reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit.
Here for our land, we go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening, it is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
We face many things, we don't fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still dey strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From night.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us once again. Today we have come to do the review as we always do. Please like and share this program as you join us. Don't watch alone. Make sure you share this program to family and friends. Share it in all the platforms where you belong. You never can tell who will come across this video. There is danger. There is danger. If nobody is telling you, I am going to tell you in this platform that there is danger. And I want you to pay close attention to every single thing that we are about to say. it is high time we focus on the restoration of the independent state of Biafra, the United States of Biafra, and the recognition. We must have to focus. Remember, today is fundraising. By 7 p.m., we are going to join the fundraising, and before then, we are going to do review. We are going to speak to Biafran people. I want you to listen to the view of the Biafran people on the restoration of Biafra and what we must do. This idea of fighting a fellow Biafra, talking down on the deputy prime minister, trying to be a stumbling block must stop. We are supposed to know our real enemy and focus on the real enemy of the Biafrans. Until you do that, you are deceiving yourself. Our heroes that died will never allow you to go free. We are in a very dangerous month, a very delicate month, a memorable month, the month of May, 30th May. Very, very important. And I want you to pay close attention to this very program today. Like and share to everybody so that we can be able to carry along. We are going to stop this program immediately it gets to the time so that we can join the fundraising by 7 p.m. Don't forget that. If you have not yet made your contribution, please prepare yourself, make your contribution. During the fundraising, join the fundraising. You can ask your question directly to the Deputy Prime Minister. Join the fundraising so that you can ask questions and you'll be cleared with all your doubt. I want you to pay attention to this message. After listening to this message, your life will never remain the same. Let us listen and hear what Biafrans have to say today.
Every time Nigeria is ringing bell. If I look on news, it is bell. If I look at social media, it is problem. When I should be drinking coffee, they will make me to come online. They don't want to have me to rest. But you know what? You know what? The spirit in me, the Biafra spirit in me, I said, when I told you, if Nnamdi Kanu is looking for 100 people, I promise that I have 50 in me. You have not seen anything. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. But, you know, as my own oru, I am a rucha. You understand? Till Biafra come. But today you are going to receive sense. The crypto, Nigeria crypto. As they are crippling your economy, they close border. They closed the border. ESN came out automatically, you know, weaponized. It shocked them. It shocked them. They said, this border no work. This close of border no work. Now, how do we stop the funding now of this Sunday or Igbo? How do we stop the contribution? Let us stop the crypto. Because they were following Nigerians, southern Nigerians. Use crypto. We should open crypto. Use crypto. Don't use the Western Union. Don't use this. They say, so these people are doing crypto. Okay, let us slash them. Bah! They are not considering the economic impact of crypto. No. They are not considering how much the crypto is bringing to Nigeria economy. Their agenda is not to make Nigeria progress. No. They have a better agenda. Now you get the point. Now you get the point. My only problem is that why is it that you must wait, Thomas? Was Thomas born in Nigeria? Is Thomas a Nigerian? Is Thomas in the Bible in Nigeria? Are you a lineage of Thomas? Are you a lineage of Thomas? All of you have Thomas blood in your vein. How did you get Thomas blood in your vein? That it must happen to you first before you understand. We hear more in Anubia. You hear more kind of man. Woo! When we are telling you, you don't know, no, we are telling you, even we are not prophets, but everything we have said, everything we open this mouth to say, if it don't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. I want you to go from the beginning of this struggle, from the beginning. In fact, even the one that we are not sure of, once God asks us to say it, we will say it and God will do it. Hey!
All those criminals, all those cliques that were
I said, did you see the prayer? May God harden the heart of the leaders in Nigeria, so that we will tell them
Biafra
the world may know that Obi is no longer a boy. I remember when we used to read the history of the Greeks, the Greek gods. I don't know, of course you don't read all those things in Africa. The history of the Greek gods. Medusa.
If the history
Medusa, they say Medusa is she look at when you look at Medusa, you turn into she will dry you and you become stone. Medusa have snake, her hair. Medusa's hair is snake. Because of the power in Medusa, Medusa went very deep in the forest.
Will you be remembered on the positive side or on the negative side? As I was speaking, I mentioned Wazirike. Wazirike played a role to keep the fire of Biafra burning. At least he was holding on the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu appeared. He was holding it until Mazen Nnamdi Kanu appeared. And we knew the condition that surrounded his handing off. We knew the condition that surrounded Wazirike. Handing off. They were able to oppress him. They were able to conquer him. They were able to disorganize him by coming into his group and plant evil seed. The same evil seed they are still planting today. That same evil seed they planted the Mazen Nanika, planted the Mazen Sama, but today they are planting the. That was what they did to Wazirike. But then, everybody have different grace. Wazirike did not have the grace to overcome what came upon him. He didn't have the backup or the strong foundation that the people of today have. But he kept the fire until Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was born through the Mossad. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was among them. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu saw it that Mossad don't have that foundation. Their foundation is not strong. It is true they want freedom. There are many members of Mossad who are hardcore Biafrans and they are fighting for Biafra genuinely. But somehow, the foundation through which they are pursuing it is not solid. They lack so many things. and Nnamdi Kanu came up, being born for the assignment, and he began to lay a solid foundation for the restoration of Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu laid that foundation. He started with evangelism on media, just the way I'm talking. Nnamdi Kanu began to preach online, only with his voice, with his phone and laptop. Some of us have seen the picture. If you see the picture when Nnamdi Kanu was broadcasting about 10 years ago when he started, it's just his laptop and phone, and he was there broadcasting and talking, evangelizing. He preached the message, gave the solid food, used the hard word, and those pillars that's locked up our heart was broken. Nnamdi Kanu continued, entered into Ududua land, breakthrough, enter into the Middle Belt, breakthrough, enter into the Hausas, breakthrough. The message was massive, and the enemy couldn't have it. Nnamdi Kanu preached that, use his microphone alone. Nnamdi Kanu use his voice alone to break Nigeria chains, break the chains. Today, people can stand in Nigeria and begin to talk about restructuring, all thanks to Nnamdi Kanu's courage. You cannot deny that. You can continue to pretend because of your hatred, your wickedness. You can continue to pretend and say, no. But I bet you there was a time in Nigeria you dare not mention restructuring. If you mention it, it is equal to death penalty. There was a time in Nigeria. If you talk about restructuring, it's a crime, a very heavy crime. A very heavy crime that you will lose your life. They will lock you up forever. But Nnamdi Kanu came on board, started his message. A hard message, hit them hard. When Nnamdi Kanu came up and began to talk about referendum, then others pick the courage and begin to talk about restructuring. They begin to divert it. And Nnamdi Kanu once again reminded them, are you talking about restructuring? Is it the same restructuring that Dean Odumegwu went to Aburi to discuss with Gowon? And you rejected it. Instead of accepting it, you came and took the life of more than 5 million people in Biafra land. Is it the same thing you want to go back to? Today, people can make a debate about restructuring in the House of Assembly. People can make a debate of restructuring in their television. People can argue about it in the street anywhere. They have gotten that courage. The credit goes to Nnamdi Kanu, whether you like it or you don't like it. It is the Biafran struggle that broke that chain. But I bet you we have crossed that area. We are not going back to yesterday. We have gone further, conduct our self-referendum, and today, Biafra has finally been declared. We are now seeking for recognition and full restoration. Biafra today is a sovereign state. Nnamdi Kanu did an excellent job. And while he was doing that job, he did not just remain, he knew what was coming. Chukwu Okagama used him to prepare the way and also told us what will happen when it will happen. That was why even beforehand, before Nnamdi Kanu ever was even kidnapped, he said, go and listen to this man. He is bringing a new dimension to the restoration of Biafra. He anointed Master Simon Ekpa even before he left. He anointed him. It was a direct message. But even with that word, some people were still pretending not to know who is in charge. They pretended, oh, Nnamdi Kanu did not appoint him. Oh, he's not a member of IPOB. Oh, he's not this. They forgot the real enemy and they began to fight their own brother. They fought Master Simon Ekpa and continue to fight up to this moment as we speak. They joined the enemies, their own enemy to take out their own brother, including providing evidence and writing petition. At a point in time, they pull ransom on the head of their own brother and say, get him dead or alive. These same people that put ransom here cannot be able to put ransom on the Fulani Janjaweed that are rampaging in Biafra land today. They cannot give ultimatum to the terrorist Fulanis in Biafra and say, go away or else. They won't. But when it comes to their brother, they gather together and they put ransom on his head. That anybody should get him dead or alive. They fought and fought. But as Chukwuka will have it, the wish of man is not the wish of God. Master Simon Ekpa did an excellent job. Brought out a structure that has restored Biafra today. Master Simon gave us a structure that has restored Biafra. And after he did that, you saw what transpired. And Master Simon Ekpa, knowing fully well what is going to happen, just like Master Nnamdi Kanu knew what will happen and anointed him, before Master Simon Ekpa left, he anointed someone. He gave us the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze. He anointed 5-man team who we are supposed to lead after the declaration. Those people was chosen by Master Simon Ekpa to lead after the declaration. Go and get the structure. He mentioned their name. I have played the video several times. And among these people that were chosen, there is a senior officer among them who is the COS. The Chief of Staff of the United States of Biafra, of Brigiden. The Chief of Staff of Biafra government in exile. But today you see some people are changing words out of wickedness, greed, envy, and jealousy. They twist it and they reinterpret it and they say that Dr. Ngozi Orebweze is COS to Mazi Simon Ekpa. They disrespect the Prime Minister and say that the COS is COS of Mazi Simon Ekpa. When we have several videos, we have uncountable videos, which I have placed so many of them here, where Mazi Simon Ekpa addressed her as the Biafra Republic of Nigeria Chief of Staff. Even the people that are preaching that lie today, they have introduced her on program. They have introduced her on our gathering that are on video. They introduced her as the COS of Biafra Republic of Exile. But when the time came for her to do her job, some people out of envy, jealousy, greed, diverted, just like they did on the time of Mazi Simon Ekpa. They diverted. And they began to preach against their own. The energy they devote on tarnishing the image of their own sister, they have not committed that 1/4 of that energy. These people are so good at propaganda. I wish that they can channel that propaganda to the right source. Channel that propaganda to the slave master that is holding us bound. They will not do so. I have been watching them to see, while they were with Master Simon Ekpa, they were not able to produce such kind of propaganda to fight for freedom of Biafra. But today, they generate different kinds of stories, unfounded stories that are baseless. And when I see some of them, I shake my head. Only idiots will believe what they are saying. But somehow they believe themselves. When you see them gather, they talk. There was one of the video I saw that the Deputy Prime Minister shared, where they were telling people that she's from the northern region. She's a Fulani woman. She's this and she's that. The people who are addressing her and calling her a Fulani, they speak Hausa more than an Hausa person. So many of us here have lived in the north. So many of us have lived in the north. So many of us have lived in the north. The same people who are making living in the north a crime, the same people who come and speak as if living in the north is a crime, they spent all their life in the northern part of Nigeria. They speak Hausa language more than an Hausa person. And I begin to wonder, between these people and our deputy prime minister, who looks like a northerner, who looks like a Fulani, both in appearance, in words, in action? These people have lost conscience to the extent that they are pushing a propaganda and a lie that cannot hold water. And the most disturbing one is that these people are not children. These are elderly people. Elderly people. People who are elderly, that at one point in time have been respected somehow. They will on a camera that the whole world is watching, and they'll be lying against somebody who is still alive. They open their mouth and they lie without any single evidence to show. Just like during the time of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. During Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Department of Sabotua went to the extent of telling us that he is not an Igbo person. Even they say the Igbos doesn't answer Eba. Because of his surname, they say Igbos doesn't answer Eba. That he is not a Biafran. There is no kind of propaganda, there is no push against our Prime Minister. They say he is not a Biafran. They say he was employed. At a point in time, they say he was employed by Tinubu himself. The drug baron in Asorok today, they say that Mazi Simon was employed by him. At a time, they link him up with Dave Umahi. They say Dave Umahi is his right-hand man. There is no propaganda they do not push against Mazi Simon. They begin to ask you, where is his village? Who is his mother? Who is his father? Even when they know that this man has a clear record. Somebody who have won trophy in the Zoological Republic, represented on so many areas, that when you go online and make a proper, sensible research, every information about him is not difficult to find. But we are still bold telling those lies. But Mazi Simon Ekpa stood his ground. Those of us who are following, we have been here for a long time. We know how they roll. We know how these lies fly. That is why in the agitation of Biafra, there is no permanent friend and no permanent enemy. The only thing that will save you in this Biafra movement, the only thing that will save you is to put your common sense cap. Put your common sense cap. Say things that you know and do not say things you don't know. Know why you are in this struggle. It is about freedom, freedom, and freedom. And there is only one enemy, common enemy that we all have. There's one common enemy that is holding us bound. Not just the Biafra people, every indigenous people in Nigeria. There is one common enemy that is holding us down. That common enemy is the Fulani hegemony. The Fulani Caliphate, sponsored by the British. Sponsored by the British. These are the arch enemy of the indigenous people in that contraption. If you want to be safe in this pursuit of freedom and sound, you must remain focused. You must remain focused. Have it in mind that it's not about you. The pursuit of freedom is not about you being on top or you being the leader. It is not about you. There is no personal enemy or personal friend. And if you are in this very restoration of Biafra today, If you are in this very present government that we are today, United States of Biafra, and you are in it because true survival is speaking, you are in it because Dr. Ngozi Rebeze is from your village, you are in it because Dr. Ngozi Rebeze is a woman, you are in it because your friend called you, your brother called you, your councilman is holding a post, you are in it because they call your name in every program. You're a fool. You don't know what you're doing. You better go and look for a job. You go and look for a job. Look for something to do. Or better go and join the One Nigeria. You must know why you are speaking on your platform, why you are supporting the restoration of Biafra. You must know why. You must know why you are supporting the disintegration of Nigeria. That is the key. Once you know why you are supporting the disintegration of Nigeria, then and only then you have arrived. You will not have time to think about who is there and who is not there, who hold a post and who does not have a post. I am committed to speak about the restoration of my people, Biafra, because it concerns me, because it is a genuine thing to do, because it is human to support freedom of people. That is why I am supporting it, because it is the right thing to do. I am not speaking of Biafra today just because of Nnamdi Kanu. No. In as much as the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu in 2015 was a wake-up call for me. That was when I woke up fully. 2015, when Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, that's when I began to pay attention. When I begin to pay attention and I begin to see the whole atrocities against my people very, very clear. And it became clear that there is no solution to the problem except walking away from that entity called the zoo that is holding us captive. From that time till date, I talk about Biafra because I have a conviction inside me. I'm not talking about Biafra today because of Master Nnamdi Kanu or because of Master Simon Ekpa or because of the Tonga Rebeze. No. I am talking about Biafra today because I have a conviction inside me that we have suffered enough. And if nothing is done, our unborn children are going to suffer the same fate. If nothing is done, we will not live the number of years we are supposed to live on planet Earth. Wherever you are watching this program from, it is a shame when I see certain things that people do. It is very disgraceful. If you look at the topic I chose today, I said, when time and need requires, we should resist with all our might and prefer death to slavery and disgrace. That is the topic I chose today. When time and need requires, it is now. Time and need has required now. Time and need has required now that we should resist with all our might and prefer death to slavery and disgrace. That time has come. The time has come. You see how they are throwing Nnamdi Kanu up and down in their court. That should be your concern. The human right abuse that is going on before the whole world. It's not hidden anymore. It is not done in the secret anymore. In the open. Human right abuse in the open. Genocide in the open. As long as it's against Biafrans, nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's normal. They go along with it. People have no choice anymore. It's either you are bad or you follow bad. When the time and need requires, we should resist with all our might and prefer death to slavery and disgrace. The time have required. now that we should fight like never before. But it's a shame that some people, some idiots, some clowns, instead of fighting the enemy, have chosen to pitch their tent with their enemy. They fight themselves. And what I see is people fighting themselves, lying against themselves. You think you are fighting Dr. Ngozi Oraweze? You think those propaganda and lies against Dr. Ngozi Oraweze is going to lead you anywhere? It is a shame. The person you are talking about has a good life, have made a good pathway for herself already. That even if she chooses not to be part of this struggle, if she chooses to hands off today, she is not going to suffer. She can make where she resides in the United States her home. She can be able to take away all her family from Nigeria and acquire everything she wants to acquire. How many years do we have to live on earth, by the way? How many years do we have to live on earth, by the way? How many years? Check all the way from our eternal leader, Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu. Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu came from the wealthiest family in Africa then. One of the wealthiest family in Africa then. But yet, he abandoned it. He used his father's wealth to secure the life of his people. Our eternal leader invested his father's money, the wealthiest man we had then, in that contraption called Nigeria. In fact, when Queen Elizabeth came to Nigeria, it was his father's Rolls Royce that she used. The Zoological Republic did not have a car. They don't have a car that is suitable for that woman. It was the car that belongs to the father of Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu that was used to show you how wealthy that man was then. But his son who inherit everything, who should have begun to preserve the wealth, who should have begun to think of how to become the Bill Gates, who should have begin to think of how to be the richest person in the world then, he left it. Instead, he used that money and invested in the freedom of his own people and fought for 3 good years. And there are people who were fighting against him. Up to today, there are people who still come online and talk trash against him. There are still some idiots today that push propaganda and lies. One of the bastards is now languishing in jail. The one they call Ijele Speak. That idiot had the gut to on a camera and insult Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu. That is how evil people can do. That is how those are the kind of clowns we have in Biafra land. That one they call Ijele Speak. He's an Igbo man, oh, an idiot who was in Turkey before. Some of you don't know how he was deported. He went and deported. He was in Turkey. He didn't even have documents in Turkey. He didn't have papers, and he still have the guts. The Ekwensu that is controlling him took him. He went to report IPOB. He went to report IPOB as a terrorist organization in Turkey. From there, they asked him, where is your papers? He didn't have paper. That was how he got himself in Nigeria. He came to Nigeria. He still have the gut to open mouth, talk trash about Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu, a man who invested everything, left his own personal issue, pursue our collective interest. Look at Nnamdi Kanu, made a life for him in the UK, made a life for himself, had a good career, living good, a citizen in the US, in the UK. There is nothing he wants he cannot get. There is nothing he wants he cannot get, but he abandoned it and invested his energy, his time, his career into the restoration of Biafra for you and I to be free. Yet, there are people, many people came against him. They called him different kinds of, there's no kind of name. Even the people you see today that you think they are praising him, the people you see today that come to court there to kiss him, some people that go to platform today to praise him, they were in the front line asking for his head. They were in the front line calling him a man of name. There's nothing they didn't come as a Nnamdi Kanu. A man that brought out himself to save our future, our generation unborn. As if that is not enough, Mazi Simon Ekpa came on board. You see what they are doing to Mazi Simon Ekpa up till now. I am talking about what his own people speaking the same language, the people he wants to save, what they are doing to him today. Attack against Mazi Simon Ekpa today. The people who are in the front line of attack against Mazi Simon Ekpa today are Igbo Biafrans. Igbo Biafra, they are in the front line. What crime has he committed? This is a man who has made his career in Finland. What Mazi Simon Ekpa have achieved today is the prayer point of so many of us here. So many of us watching this video and so many of us who are living in abroad today. What Mazi Simon Ekpa have achieved is our prayer point, our daily prayer point. Mazi Simon Ekpa have achieved all. He's a lawyer. He has a law firm in Finland, a politician, a successful one there and in the leading party. He has been a counselor. He has served in the military. What else will a foreigner living in a foreign land ask for that Mazi Simon Ekpa did not have? For him to have a steady life for himself and his family. What else? What else? After acquiring what he has gotten, what else will somebody be looking for? I am telling you that what Mazi Simon Ekpa have acquired in Finland is what many people are using as their prayer point today, that they can never even see. But after having that, Nnamdi Kanu came out and announced that he has given up politics in Finland and he has to focus on the restoration of Biafra. He invests his time, invests his energy. Nnamdi Kanu in one of his programs told us, confirmed that his consultation fee in Finland is 150 euro, 50 euro per hour. 150 euro per hour, his consultation fee in Finland. He abandoned it. You can imagine 150 euro consultation fee in Finland. He abandoned everything, left his career, and he announced that he has quit from politics. He focused on Biafra. And yet, with all this sacrifice, some of them came and say he's not an Igbo man. They say he's a Fulani man. He's sponsored by Tinubu. He's sponsored by Dave Omai. There is no kind of name they didn't give him. And today, you see the picture they painted. After they have succeeded in getting what they want today, Chukwu Okeke gave us another leader, as he always does. He gave us Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, a woman that has made herself. She has made a life for herself in the United States, had a good life, have participated even in politics in Nigeria, that even if she wants to be a minister, she can. Likewise, Mazi Simon Ekpa, he told us how he hosted ministers and governors when they come to Finland. So he has the connections. Mazi Simon Ekpa confessed of how he hosted, I think he shared one of the pictures where he hosted politicians that came, senators that came to Finland there. When they come to his house. He hosts them. Governors, they come to his house, he hosts them, but he abandoned them and chose the path of freedom for his people. Today, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, who has made impact in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, has all the links there, but abandoned it and focused on Biafra. Made a life for herself. She's not coming to beg you anything. Has her own career going. Has wonderful children. Well made. But today, you see the kind of lies they're telling against her. Lie that you are telling lie against somebody who is still alive. Some time ago, they came and told us about her sons and whatever. But Dr. Ngozi Orabueze says she has daughters. And one of her daughters is already a doctor. One of her daughters is already a doctor. So when you see her looking young, it is because of her pure heart. That is why she looks young the way she looks. But when you see her, you think that she was born yesterday. She's still a baby. Her daughter is already a doctor, having a good life for herself. Somebody who cannot, she has not lived in another place apart from the Southeast, or visiting Abuja when she did, cannot speak Hausa. But you see people here who speak Hausa, they speak Hausa more than Hausa. Nobody accused them of being a Fulani. But a woman who cannot even put a sentence in Hausa language, they put on camera and they push lie. And people sit down and clap and laugh. And you think you are doing that to Congress or opposition. Those who did that to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, where are they today? And those who did against Mazen Simon, where are they? And today you are joining a group again to do the same thing. We don't learn from old mistakes. And as long as you don't learn, you are going to learn in a hard way. When the time and need requires, we should resist with all our might and prefer death to slavery and disgrace. I will never accept disgrace, and I will never accept enslavement. That is why every morning I will always take the pain of coming out. As long as I have life, no matter how difficult. Some of you think it's easy for us, those of us that come out every day to talk and speak. Some of you think it is very easy to be consistent in that way. You think we don't have problems, we don't have issues. But I bet you, when you know what you want, nothing will matter to you except that thing that concerns your future, your generation unborn. Today is Saturday, a special day. And by 7 p.m., we are going to gather. We are going to gather. Every one of us will gather for the fundraising. And we will continue to do so. Gone are the days when we beg. The ball is in your court. Choose you this day who you will follow. As for me and my family, me and myself, I have chosen my path. The path of truth, the path of safety, path of security, the path of freedom. That I have chosen. And I'm not going back. When the time and need requires, we should resist with all our might and prefer death to slavery and disgrace. That time is now. You're welcome, my beloved sister Ojugo. Thank you so much for joining. Go ahead, my sister Ojugo. Speak to us. Let's hear you, my sister Ojugo. I can see Christian is there also. Welcome, Ojugo. Go ahead, my sister Ojugo. Mute yourself. Go ahead and speak.
Morning, Chief. And okay, I've been to other of my brothers in the studio. But this is my first coming out here.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Good morning, my good Biafrans in the comment section, and all those listening and those that will listen later. Choose you whom you will serve. Choose whom you will believe in. If you don't have mind to make a sacrifice, you cannot be in this fight for life. If you are not sincere and truthful, you cannot be in this fight for life, because we are fighting for life. When you're fighting for freedom, freedom is life. I want the freedom to live. Our brother just mentioned our heroes, both dead and alive. starting from Bujuku, we can see the sacrifices that man made to save the life of his people. He didn't fight to enrich his people. No, let them live. The important thing is let them live and then fight to survive. But life first. He fought for his people to live because he knows that his people are highly talented, whether educated or not educated. His people are highly talented people that can survive on their own if you can spare their life. That's all he was asking. Spare the life of my people. Pam, Nnamdi Kanu was inspired. The same thing. Please let my people go. Please let my people live. We are not, I wouldn't even say dog. I don't know what I'm going to say we are to eat from the crab that falls from the table of a white man. We're human. It was a voice in the wilderness crying, let my people live. Let my people go. Free my people. Well, as a human being, those who will cajole him will cajole. As if that was enough. Pharaoh, who is Nigeria, hardened their heart. And then here comes Odogu, Simon Ekpa, crying the same thing. Let my people go. I don't know. I'm hearing sound. I don't know if it's from me or from somebody.
Okay, unmute him. Go on.
Okay, thank you. So Simon Ekpa came up crying the same thing. Let my people go. You've killed my people enough. They say, bring him, let us kill him. And my question is, for those Biafrans against Nnamdi Kanu, against Simon Ekpa, does it mean that you don't see the maltreatment of your people? Or is there something that you are not telling us? Is your father a Fulani? Because there might be, there is something. Or it's just a personal hatred. Are we here for a person? Or are we here that our people are being subjugated so bad? Our people are being killed without any question. Have you seen somebody who killed an Igbo man, a Biafran man, and then they say that person is in prison? No. If you're gone, you're gone. It looks as if the Nigerians are entitled to kill a Biafran man because there's no, the law permits you to do that. That's what it looks like now. And yet, those who call themselves Biafra against their brother, against their sisters, does it mean that there are mixed blood in them? They need to tell us the truth. Because there's one thing, a video that I came by, why a guy was crying, say, hey, I fought all my life as a Biafra, only for me at this last time for the mother to tell him that the father is a Fulani man, so that he should stop killing Fulani people. I came across that video. I don't know if it's fact, but this could be what is happening in some of our people. And then when you say, because you know before, it was easy, I think it's still like that now, it's easy for the northerners to travel like London or this European country. It was easy before. So could it be that these people speaking Hausa like their first language? Oh my God, it's so noisy on the background. Could it be that these people speaking Hausas, that they had something to do with the northerners, and is a means through which they traveled to abroad? Because these are possible, through prostitution. And they mingle their way, they help them mingle themselves out. Because because I look at myself and I look at some sincere Biafra. If you are real Mwafu, real Biafra, total full blood, no mixture. I've always tell, some people are say, are you Yoruba? I say, what? No. Mwafu Igbo. Go, no mixed blood. And if you are that type of a person and you see what is happening in our land, could you please tell me the guts that you have to fight anybody that is fighting to save the life of our people? I don't, when you put these things together, you start to doubt these human beings that are against our people, fighting for our people. And they find joy in it. Does it mean that you don't really understand what the struggle is all about? Maybe you were not grounded very well, and you think it's a private or personal something, an avenue to have documents, an avenue to have money, to make money, like what the British did to Nigeria, build them as a company. Was your mind in this Biafra that is the same? These are indigenous people, for crying out loud. I don't get this. Because if you look at how Simon gave up everything for crying out loud. And sincerely, he shook that company. Do you know what is shaking that company of the British? The Bongo called Nigeria. He shook that. And that is when, if you're a sincere Mwafu Biafra, you would have, now you see somebody who has started that journey and who is actually saying, we all come like real solid behind him to push that company down. Now, come those mixed blood or people who have interior motive. Fighting him. Is that what we're supposed to do? I don't know. Because if you have compassion, if you have your family in Biafra land, I don't think you will have time to look at anybody's face in fighting for this Biafra, for crying out loud. I know what my family suffered. I know what me, in US here, go through because of my family back home. My community back home. Elderly people are sick in my community. Yesterday, I was in a meeting after meeting with my community. Go to this hospital, go to this, under my account, a job of a country. Individuals are now doing it. How would I be suffering this and I'm fighting somebody who can make a big change and remove this burden from my shoulder? How? That's why I don't understand. I don't get it. Because if we solidify this with Simon Ever, we would have gone like whole by now. Either we have ended all negotiation or everything by now. And then the government will carry this burden that most of us are carrying with our community members. It's a burden of the government. Because I live in the United States here. Elderly people, they have money, they give them money. They take care of them. They have insurance for treatment. They go to hospital, pay nothing. Now, that burden is on my shoulder because we do not have a good government. And what are those elderly people fighting? They are now elder, they cannot do anything, and the time for us to take care of them, government is neglecting them. No plan for them. Nothing. And then somebody will see all these things and is fighting a government that have made out themselves, brought out people, planned everything to get this working the way it should work. And you are also in a foreign land seeing these things, benefiting from these things. And you don't want it to reach your people. If you sincerely want Igbo, I don't understand it. I don't get it. So when I think about all this, it marvels me. Where is your compassion? Because if you have compassion for what our people go through, somebody gets up, carry a microphone, oh, they're killing our people, and negotiation the back. What are you doing? And now you found a government that is out to make sure that the baby are not killed. And you're fighting that government with everything you got. And now you're fooling yourself, fooling everybody, creating another comedy or software in London. Yeah. Creating another comedy. One is in France. Look at how people just to be recognized, to showcase themselves, and they are showing their ignorance and their moron. It's a pure comedy. I saw yesterday. So what is this? What is this? Is this, will people be thinking this is the level? Is this the level of the Biafran people? Is this Biafra country? What is this? Are you sure these people can rule themselves? Are this what you can find there? Non-entities, moron, mediocres, fooling themselves, for crying out loud. I was ashamed of myself. So I'm talking to a policeman. What the heck? Is somebody that has lived in France for a long time, and it seems to you like it's a big deal to talk to a policeman. Seriously? Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And you're bragging about it like it's a big deal. I don't understand. Please, I beg of you people, have compassion. Our people are being killed with nobody standing for murder. Nobody. They keep buying and buying and buying of our people. Have compassion. Stop looking at Dr. Ngozi Orabeze's face. Look at the face of our people suffering. And I think that will help you to understand what we are fighting for life. Dr. Ngozi Orabeze is just leading, just directing, just holding on to the mantle. Because somebody must lead in every organization to work and be there. Somebody must lead. Somebody must. There will be some people directing. But the important thing is we are fighting for our people to live. Please, that's what we're fighting for. And if you are a truthful, sincere person for life, nobody will push you around. You will always identify the truth immediately. I don't know if it happened to any other person. Me, I always identify the truth and I go towards it. Because my life, I hate lies. Come out with facts. Dr. Ngozi Orabeze was pushed to the wall that she had to come out to explain who she is. And none of those people speaking out, answering Adade Arama and I don't know. Do you know what is Unu? Come and tell us where we are, because where Dr. Ngozi Orabeze said they lived in Flanagan. My school is Okono. It's just a gate. From my gate from the school, you get to Flanagan. I know that area. When she mentioned the address and the Ogatan Hall, I know the Ogatan Hall. Because I was born and brought up at Onitsha. So when she said Ogatan Hall, I remembered it immediately because we used to go there when I was little, going to school at Okona Memorial Primary School. Joined with the Pioneer, 2 schools together. So where are you from? Come on and tell us where you're from. You cannot. She covers her hair. Yes. Ngozi Okonjo, I think that's the one that always tie something on the head as her identity. There's no only time you see her coming out to talk, she's always wearing native and tying something on her head. So she's a Fulani too. Please have compassion. Have compassion. If you are not from Biafra land, please have compassion on us. Our people are suffering. We are fighting for life. We are not fighting for position. We are not fighting to be seen. We are fighting for life. Fight for life is not a comedy. It's not a comedy. It's not fun to fight for life. If you have watched somebody dying, you see how the person struggle, person in pain. We are fighting for life. Please have mercy on us. If you don't know what to say, please respect yourself. Respect yourself. Look at somebody who called himself what is it? Ogenkere, publishing the pictures of our people and calling where they live. The same thing that we condemn DOS of doing. Out of anger. Out of that man should go and do anger management, because you could see it in his movement, in his voice, in everything. He needs anger management. And because it's leading him to do things he's not supposed to do at all. Who is advising him? And I could see Bam there. Who showed that? I think it was I watched it on 247. Watch it. What is going on in their mind? I was asking myself when he's doing this. He showed a picture, this man in Ghana. And shame onto, I don't know, shame onto that old fool. You see that thing they say, fool at 40 is a fool forever. That's a good example of it. They showed her picture. And you see what he said? He is still trying to make up. Still trying. So she's not even fully welcomed. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, please, I'm still begging. We are fighting for life. Have mercy on our people back home. They're suffering. They're suffering. And the only solution is this United States of Biafra. Thank you. Thank you, my brother Chooks.
Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you for your contribution. I appreciate you for that word. It is just on point, and a word is enough for the wise. Anybody who allow him or herself to be used, you blame yourself and you don't have someone else to blame. Only people who don't know why they are talking about Biafra or why they are asking for freedom, they are the ones that are paying attention to those I don't know what to call them, those individuals. But no matter what happens, I know that we are making a headway and we are going to get to our destination and nothing is going to stop us. You're welcome, my brother Christian. You're there?
Yes, Mazichus, morning.
Happy weekend, my brother.
Happy weekend, my dear brother. Yes, so well done.
Welcome.
Yeah, so, well, I don't know much or what to say this morning, but I just think like this sister was describing, yesterday I got home about seven thereabout, and I saw, then I remember that it was that yesterday they said they wanted to go to Finland, and so I saw this woman in France, Isiocha, that like they said, or they call her, I don't know. So I was like, okay, let me just listen and see what happens, sort of, But I think I saw about maybe 5 or 6 at most of them there, and it just like some kind of show of shame, sort of, because first of all, I didn't see Van, who has been for the past 1 month, preaching, talking about this date of yesterday. I didn't see him there. I didn't see Sona Akbarawa, who has also been talking about it. I didn't see Odinawa, who has been hammering it all along. And the one they are trying to, Ogenkere, they are trying to make whatever, king or... I also did not see him, but who knows? Maybe they are, because she said yesterday, that is Adorama, that that she will be there for 1 week, whatever. I don't know. What is you doing? Why are you going to be doing there for 1 week? I don't know. But anyway, trying to make yourself relevant, unnecessarily relevant. You can't force these things, you know.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, she's just exhibiting her low IQ, low understanding of how things work in life, you know. And it's just so it's sad that you lived in the Western world for so long and you are behaving like somebody who just came from the village yesterday. You know. First of all, he said cold, they catch her more. You no, say the weather no be like France. So you don't know that this Scandinavia we're talking about. Oh my word. So then he said, okay, that but I don't know. He said she has seen Simon Ekpa, or that she will see Simon Ekpa. Rubbish. How? You know, so for me, frankly, I don't know where her mind is. I don't know how to place her, but the fact that she came there and this other guy, do they push her into this stupidity? Like, I don't know what's going on with these people. Again, like I said, maybe they will still come, but come to do what? Look, this is yes, Finland. We know that Finland, what they are doing is travesty. There's no justice in what they're doing, but they're doing it anyway. And it has become an official position for the government or the judiciary. And it has to play out. You can't do anything about that.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, even they themselves know, in their heart of heart, they must know that it's a travesty, because the guy, the Samoneka, everything he did is legitimate. You know, like we've been saying, trying to defend your people from being pie, it's not a crime, and asking for freedom is equally not a crime. So Finland knows that, because they've been there, they've been through that they themselves. So, but for this woman now to be doing this, anyway, she's free to do whatever. I would have, but it just seems like she's looking for where to pitch her tent now, because she is maybe deserted. I don't know. Can she come back to apologize to Dr. Ngozi? I don't know. But we shall see this music where they play, how she go dance and reach, you know. It's just sad. Yeah, for the zoo. I think that I saw a program, was it yesterday or this morning, from Okocha Happy Marcel. And so what is Benin Republic? They are taking the right steps, the right measure to protect themselves from the terrorists that Nigerian entity has become. They are sealing off their borders in every areas where they have borders with Nigeria. They have borders in Kwara with Nigeria. They are sealing it off as we speak now. And the one in Seme also, Badagry, Seme Road, they equally sealed them, because Nigeria has become a terrorist enclave. That is known now to everybody. Anybody who doesn't know that, they are lying to themselves, because these guys are already in the country. The terrorists are already settled in Nigeria, and they have a vast lands, vast areas that they occupied comfortably, with nobody, no harassment, no question, no attempt to you know what I mean? So they've consolidated a particular areas from where it's become a launching pad for them, and the government looked away. Just like I said yesterday, what is happening between Pakistan and India, and one of the terrorist organizers in Pakistan was killed by the Indian military fighter jet, and some government officials, they came to mourn, and they came for the funeral of the terrorist. So this speaks volume, and that is what you see in Nigeria, the fact that they've just completely looked away from what the terrorists are doing. Many communities in the north They controls it. They run their affairs, collect tax, and pay workers and do everything. And then there are other areas where large sums of areas they have their arms and ammunitions and trucks and everything. It's incredible. That site. When I saw that video, you showed it yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I said, "This is Nigerian territory." Meanwhile, Musa and the rest of them, they come to the southeast. It's incredible. But these people, the terrorists, have taken over, lost vast of land and communities and regions in the north. And you just allow them to continue. So that simply means that their hand is in it. What they do, in other words, is from time to time they say that they've repented, so they give them amnesty and they radicalize. They say they radicalize them and they put them into the military or among civilians, and that just all show that the Nigerian government, they are in it, they are complicit in the terrorism going on in Nigeria. So if people continue to deceive themselves by saying this or that, the country is a terrorist country. So, and again, if a country like Finland is holding Simon Ekpa, it's not because he has committed any crime, but it's because they have they've compromised their morals, their position. But obviously, I know that there's a level, there's a level one can. I mean, you can't just descend so low to a certain position like the people in Nigeria. I was talking to a guy, I think 2 weeks ago, when they were celebrating that the Nigerian military, the Nigerian government has put in a request for his the extradition of. I said, my friend, forget it. That is one area you don't go. So if you are waiting for that, you will wait forever. It's not going to happen. I understand the diplomatic angle that Finland is taking it. They understand quite well. The Finnish authority understand that the man is an innocent man doing everything that is within the book. He hasn't done anything you can describe as illegitimate or against the law or breaks the international law. No, absolutely nothing whatsoever. So, but they are just trying to dance around this diplomatic circle to not look so bad and not look so good too. We understand all that. So, but for Alhaji Rahman and her cohort to be doing this, it just shows their level of ignorance, their naivety, and it's sad. And the fact that I don't know if people still listen to them, but if they do, that is also. Hello?
Yeah, go on. No, when you say you don't know if people still listen, it's really funny. It's very funny that people still listen to them. Very, very funny.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, because since ever, everything she does, it's like self-indicting. Everything she does. Absolutely. You don't even need to, if you are somebody who is genuine, you don't need to look far to see or to know, that everything she does is self-incriminating. Because first of all, she opened her mouth to say that she was going to destroy Ngozi Oraveze. She said that, not my word. And for you to say that, then you begin to wonder, how do you destroy somebody? You destroy somebody. I mean, why would you say a thing like that? Because one would have expected that normally what she would have said is, I will expose you. Then what you do is, you bring out facts, you bring out evidence to support your position of saying that this person is against Biafra or stuff like that. So the Biafran people can now make a judgment. On their own, they will make the determination that, yes, Ngozi Oraveze is against us, right? I can guarantee you that Biafran people, they are good in making that kind of determination.
Yes.
It might sometimes it takes a while, but they are usually, for the most part, they are good in deciding who is for them and who is not for them. Sometimes it's beyond you, you can't do much, but at least you will know who is for you and who is not for you. Because, like I said, it's only amongst us that for 3 good times, Buhari contested the presidency, and he was rejected, soundly rejected in the Southeast, because the people knew that this guy is a jihadist, is an Islamic fundamentalist. Nothing good was ever going to come out from Buhari. So, and they equally did not vote for Tinubu. All these results they are writing here and there, they did not, because again, nothing good can come from Tinubu. He's just manipulating, playing people and the criminal impostors that came into whom they imposed on our people as their governors, the Soludos of this world. These are just a bunch of criminals. You know, he came with Tinubu the other day saying this and saying that. Well, I don't support Peter Obi. I don't believe in him. There's no, I don't see any difference between Peter Obi and Soludo or Tinubu and the rest of them. They're all bunch of evil people, self-centered, self-interest, you know. Yes. So, but Soludo is one person I always have this resentment towards, because I don't know. Sister Egoji was saying not too long ago that talking about people when be Igbo, and I think there's a very serious point there. And then Nnamdi Kanu said this some time ago that a time will come when there is going to be a DNA test. Trust me, bro. The things that I see
is Ojugo, not Egoji. It's Ojugo.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, Ojugo.
Okay, yeah. So, obviously, I don't know how, and I'm sorry to say this, because I saw a son of Soludo some time ago, and I'm just wondering, how is that possible? There's not even in any part of Biafra land would you see somebody who looks exactly like that, just a replica of Fulani. I don't know if you've seen the picture of the boy, Mazichus.
Which boy?
The son of Soludo's
son. Yes. I think he plays music and is a gay.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Not even in Akwa Ibom will not even Onyibo. What? If we reappear now, Jesus. No. So I don't know, because these guys also, the things they do, you begin to wonder how can you do this kind of thing, and you're an Igbo, you know, and you just continue to promote the agenda of the caliphate. What does that mean? And some other ones too. So I don't know, but we shall see. You know, God keep us alive. We shall see what happens at the end. And my brother, it passed me over, but past God. It's when they happen for that country. Oh my God! Because what Benin Republic is doing now, that is also, personally, that is what I think is the remedy or solution to the problem in the zoo.
Absolutely.
That is the only look. Restructuring, forget it. It's long gone. All that is long gone. You know, because they are inside already and they are everywhere. The only solution is disintegrate this evil creation. Biafra go, Oduduwa go, Arewa go, Middle Belt, or whoever, you know, then you make a law, you create a constitution that can guide, protect, and give you the capacity to determine who comes in and who doesn't. And even when they come, what are they coming to do? Who are they? At least you have a documented record of whom they are, so that if something happens, you know where to look. That's how nations operate. And so basically, that is how nation ought to operate, especially in this time we live in now. You can't open border and allow everybody to come in and they keep committing all sort of anarchy. So Benin Republic, they are doing the right thing. But in the northern part, they still, till this day, they left the border, you know. They still leave the border open and porous because they know what they are doing, and they are. So it's incredible. But my brother, thanks so much. And let's see what other happens now.
Thank you
Hello,
so much.
Marcus.
Thank you so much for that submission. Let us have a very quick break with this announcement.
No fear for our land. We could stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose. An occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
We face many things, we don't fall. Them took Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From
Fellow Biafrans and devoted friends of the United States of Biafra, the time to rise in unity, in purpose, and in sacrifice is now. The month of May is not just another page on the calendar. It is a crucial moment in our journey as a people. A time when our collective strengths must be matched by our collective support. The vision of the United States of Biafra is alive, vibrant, and growing. But let us not forget, the engine that powers this vision is you and I. Your generosity, your belief, and your contributions. These are the pillars that holds. As we lay the foundation for a self-reliant, self-governed, and prosperous nation, we must carry the burden together, not a few of us, but all of us. This is a clarion call to every true son and daughter of Biafra. to every patriot of Biafra. Come out in your numbers. Stand with us. Let your support be heard through your donations. No donation is too small. No amount is too great for the ancestral land we love to be totally secured. We urge individuals, families, communities, and businesses to donate generously and cheerfully. Let your contributions be a seed sown into the destiny of generations to come. Let history record that you stood for something greater than yourself. Long live the United States of Biafra. Long live our united spirit. I remain Mazi Ifani, the head of Media USBG Homeland and the director, State of Aludo Media. God bless you.
Masters. Hello?
Okay. Hello. Sorry, I was muted.
Okay.
Yeah, I was muted. So, my fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching from, please, you have to remember that today is our fundraising. It's a day that we mapped out to raise funds for the United States of Biafra. So, wherever you are watching the program from, please make sure you are part of that fundraising. That fundraising is very important. No amount is too small. And also, that program gives you opportunities to ask questions directly to the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Arabosi. She comes online on every fundraising day. She's always there. She's always there and she's open to question. No matter how bad the question is, no matter how difficult it is, come up with that question. Join the fundraising by 7 p.m. Come with your question. If there is something that is still confusing you, if there is something that is still hindering you to see the light, come there and ask so that your eyes will be open completely. In as much as I know, as at now, any Biafran that is claiming that he doesn't know what to do or what he or she ought to do, you are deceiving yourself. Any Biafran that is still confused at this moment, I can't help you. I don't know how you'll be helped. Because at this moment, everything that has to do with the restoration of Biafra is clear and they are all in the open. Gone are the days when they are doing things on the ground and doing something secret. Everything is in the open. It's thrown bare for everybody to see. I could remember there was a time in this agitation when we don't even know who is who. There was a time in this agitation when you don't even, the only person that is known is Nnamdi Kanu. There was a time, the only figure that people can testify and say, I know him, I know where he comes from, I know his house, I know his job, I know his qualification, is Nnamdi Kanu. And that was during the time of the IPOB. The only thing that made us to begin to see certain people now is since Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. And even after the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu, most of those people, those Department of Saboteurs, up till now, we don't even know their identity. So many of them that we were able to capture their identity was Master Simon Ekpa that investigated and released their pictures and identity to us. But all this while, they were hiding under one cover or the other, either claiming this or that, Some of them will come and tell you that the Department of Saboteur, they are about 300. Some will say they are 500. Some they say they are 1,000. That all of them are members of the Department of Saboteurs. We don't know them. The only person that was known all this while was Mazen Nnamdi Kanu at that time. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had a reason for permitting that, because it was time of evangelism. And in that evangelism, everybody is important. Everybody needs to pick up their phone, and even it doesn't matter who you are. That was why when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu comes, he encourages everybody. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did a marvelous work to carry everybody along, both saboteurs, both the ones who are serious and unserious one. Once you can be able to speak and you pick up your phone, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will encourage you. And that was very, very important for the evangelism. If you want to reach out to people, you must do. They say if you go to Rome, you must behave like a Roman for you to get them. So that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave that open blanket for everybody to join. So most of them were masking themselves under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. I remember that time. The word of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is that we are white and we are whiter than white. And so many of them, we are reiterating that word of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, we are whiter than snow. We are white. We are whiter than snow. We are white. We are whiter than snow. But that time, the only whiteness that was covering all those that death was Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was so white and so bright that once he enters into a place, his brightness covers every other thing around him. It doesn't matter how dark that area is. It doesn't matter how dark it is. Once Mazen Nnamdi Kanu enters an environment, his whiteness is so shiny that it will cover every other thing. You can never see any death in a way. And at that time, that coverage was Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was always saying it. We are white and whiter than white. And some idiots were also following him to reiterate that, and meanwhile, they were not white. But when the time was matured, after the evangelism was effectively done, people woke up, eyes were open in the east, in the west, in the north, and the south. A time came when Chukwuka Kabiama wanted to separate the chaff from the wheat. What happened? Chukwuka Kabiama removed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for a time. Removed that whiteness that covered all those deaths. It was removed for the cleaning to be done. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu removed, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now you begin to understand why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, with the millions of people surrounding him, will be asking for 100 men. You know, when he made that message, some people thought it was a parable. Some say it was a parable. He was just speaking in parable. It was not a parable. It was a clear statement. In one of the programs, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say that he has not seen up to three people, three that are committed. He has not seen up to three since he began to fight for Biafra. That he has not seen up to three people that are seriously committed. He said, I have not seen up to three seriously committed that can give their life for Biafra. He said it himself. But we didn't understand. Until when it was time, Chukwuka Kabiama removed him for that sanitation to be done properly. And when he was removed, my sister, my brother, look at the people who were calling themselves white and whiter than white. Every one of them was wearing black, red, spotted, very dirty things. Very, very dirty set of people. Dirty in character, dirty in attitude. We don't even know whom they are. Faceless people. Faceless people. People you cannot even identify. People that doesn't even exist. And Master Simon Ekpa came with that sanitization. Master Simon Ekpa was the person that began to give the courage of telling us who you are. Come in, let us see you and see your picture. Let's know who you are if you want to fight for Biafra. You cannot be a ghost and you'll be fighting for a country. If a meeting is called, is it a ghost that is going to go and represent Biafra? It is a human being that will represent. Master Simon Ekpa introduced that issue of show us whom you are. If you want to be in the front line to represent Biafra, we must know who you are. And under Master Simon Ekpa, members of the cabinet, we are known. We know them by their face and their phone numbers. You can reach out to them, you can call them, you can talk to them, you can speak to them. Master Simon Ekpa made his number open. Number was everywhere. You can call him, you can complain. And that foundation, which was led by Master Simon today, is what Dr. Ngozi Robeze is holding. Building on that structure. Everything about the government today is in the public. We are talking about a country that will compete with other countries of the world. We cannot operate as an island. We still have to do business with other countries of the world. And if you continue to hide under the camera, continue to hide, what if they call you to come and represent it? They say, okay, these people are talking of freedom. Let's engage them and see who is going to go there to represent us. Is it a ghost? A faceless person? They want to know who is coming. And that is why today, under the United States of Biafra government, if you want to serve under the United States of Biafra, you must be known. They will know whom you are. The government will know who you are. The Biafran people will know who you are. They will know your pedigree. They are going to see you. They are going to know who to talk to. They are going to know how to call you. It is no longer hiding. It was all those hiding that made people to be calling us online country. That was why they were calling us online country. Because during IPOB, everything was in secret. But I thank you that they played their role. We can forget that. IPOB played a role when it was time to do. They did a marvelous work in evangelism. Nnamdi Kanu used IPOB for solid, extraordinary evangelism that has never been seen before. And it was a success. And they cleared the road for the new dimension. Today, new dimension have created a path that every one of us must follow. For us to be able to sustain the government of Biafra, it requires fund. Everything we are talking about here, it ends in funding. Everything, it ends in funding. The recognition we are talking about is in funding. The opening of the head office in DC, you know how much a flat costs in DC. You know how much an office will be costing for a month in DC. You know the cost? You know what it takes to maintain it? To be sending delegates to countries and sending letters, you know what it costs? It is money. Then it comes to defense of Biafra land. Those men who have volunteered themselves, you must equip them. Give them instruments. They can't fight with their hand. They can't fight with empty hand. So today, Saturday, it is fundraising. No amount is too small. Whatever you have, join us by 7 p.m. Biafra time. Make your donation. It doesn't matter, no matter how small. Don't even wait until that time. Immediately after this program, now that we're ending this program, go to the site. It's something you donation you make online. It's 24 hours. Go to that site, make your donation, get your receipt. You can forward the receipt to any member of the media or any member of the government that you know, so that if you want your name to be announced, it will be announced. If you want to do it a silent donation, make it silently. Chukwu Okokabiyama, who sees in secret, will bless you in secret. Make sure you are there. It is very important. So we have to round up the program so that people will prepare for the 7 o'clock program, which every one of us is supposed to be part of. Every one of us here, you have to be there on the Zoom link. The Zoom link have already been shared. Those of you who are in our WhatsApp groups, you will see the Zoom link on the WhatsApp group. 7 p.m., key in. Come and give your widow's mite. It will go a long way to save life. Remember, there was a time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking for $1. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, if all of us living in abroad is paying $1 every month, $1 every month from all the Biafrans living abroad, we can sponsor any kind of restoration. We can sponsor anything. We can fight Nigeria until the kingdom come. But unfortunately, many people are not even paying attention. But all the same, we must continue. There's no going back. So, my fellow Biafrans, we're going to be rounding up now. Let me give the mic to our beloved sister Ojugo. Take the mic and give us your closing remark as we round up on the program while we prepare for the fundraising this evening.
Okay, but just thank you for the for this opportunity. My fellow Biafrans, we've heard this morning. It's not easy what our brother Chucks is doing to get up every morning and consistency. Like every morning he's up. The time would have like laid down for extra 1 hour, 2 hours to catch some sleep or do something, personal. He is sacrificing it for our people. And those that are, working with him, everybody's making sacrifice. This, supporters, those in the studio, and those listening in the comment section. So it's all support. These are times that one can be doing one personal thing or the other, but because we have that burning to save the life of our people in us. That is why we all are making this sacrifice. You don't have to carry a mountain on your head to make sacrifice. No, every little thing matters a lot. It matters a lot. That he opened, come up in the morning and see supporters, people watching, that's a good encouragement. That's to tell our brother, go ahead, we are solidly behind you. And our brother is there, a link to the government. Whatever we say, he takes it to the government. So that is how we work as a team. It's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. Like the voice you played, you could see now not only a marvelous voice now we have media from the homeland. Teamwork. I know our people, this sincere Biafra. We don't give up. It might take time. Those with solid Biafran blood, we don't give up. So it's all, I say thank you to everybody in one way or the other that you're contributing. Even if you're not contributing, but you're listening and in your mind, you believe in the truth. You believe in the truth. God will also bless you. So please, like our brother said, today is the D-Day, and that's one of the ways that we support the government. We don't kidnap. We don't do body sales. We don't do give us a ransom. We don't do any of those things. The way we make our money is very clear and clean. Clear and clean.